How's it going, guys? It's Billy from the Terrible 5 here, and welcome to yet another tutorial on our second channel, Terrible 5 2. So today we're going to be showing you guys how to do a slow motion muzzle flash, as you probably have seen in Left 4 Dead Episode 4. Since we shot Left 4 Dead Episode 4 on the red, as you can see here, we shot this particular shot at 120 frames per second, which is about 4 times slower than normal speed. So when I took the clip and I dragged it into the After Effects composition, it's already in slow motion. What I did, I actually did the slow to fast motion for the shot in Final Cut, because that way it'd be easier and I can just make a cut here and there and make certain parts of it slow motion, or just leave it how it is because it's already in slow motion. Anyway, for the muzzle flash, let's just jump right to it. Okay, so I already brought in some Action Essentials 2. I brought in Charge 29 from the Action Essentials pack. And we're just going to drop that right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it where it starts on its first frame. We're going to put it right where Jacob's gun is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hit P for position, hit a keyframe, and from here, what we're going to do is keep going down the timeline here, and we're going to keep moving it to where his gun is. Maybe scale it down. So by hitting the keyframe, it's going to make it follow the actual motion of his gun, because our camera is kind of panning this way, so we're gonna want to keep moving it kind of up and toward the gun like that. So let's just keep doing that to make it appear as if it's staying in one spot the whole time, and that's about all you need. And let's see how that looks. It starts kind of off, but that's okay, we can fix that. Now we can watch it, and look at that, it stays in one spot. Okay, so now our next step is to take our muzzle flash and set its blending mode to add, which will give it like its own glow. We've covered this in previous tutorials. Okay, now we're going to go to our effects and presets and type in fast blur. So just drag your fast blur onto the muzzle flash, and we're going to blur it a little bit just so we don't see any of those really defined edges on the muzzle flash. So about right there looks pretty good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to hit Command CV, duplicate this muzzle flash, and then we're just going to go to your effects and presets, go to Gaussian blur, and put it on whichever one you want. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to turn up the blurriness to about 200. And as you can see, by doing that, it kind of makes it glow a little bit more, which would simulate the light spillover into the camera from the muzzle flash, and it makes it look a lot more realistic. Now what we're going to do is duplicate our footage layer. We're going to add the glow. So we're just going to hit Alt begin bracket so it starts right there. Change the new layer of the footage to add, and then we're just going to mask around where Jacob is. Doesn't have to look perfect, just has to be around like his upper body. Now what we're gonna do is hit MF on the keyboard, which will bring up the mask feather properties. We can just feather it out to wherever it looks natural, so it looks pretty natural right there. Now we're going to hit T for opacity, go back to the first frame, and we're going to animate the opacity now, because that way it looks like the glow is actually interacting with what the muzzle flash looks like. So it's going to start at 0, obviously, and until we can actually see the muzzle flash well, like right there, we're just going to bring it up a little bit. Okay, right there. And then just keep going along, and the brighter the muzzle flash gets, the more we turn up the glow on Jacob. And right there it looks like it's at its brightest, so we can make it full 100. And can keep it there until about right now. I'm going to start bringing it down a little bit more. We're just trying to sell the realism of the actual muzzle flash to make it look like it's actually there. That's the purpose of the glow. And we don't really need glow on the walls or anything like that because it's not really affecting that much of the walls. It's mostly inside. And then right here, you can turn it down to 0. And then you can hit Alt and bracket, and there you go. You have your glow. So we're going to go to about right here where the muzzle flash is biggest, and we're going to bring in our smoke hit. So we're going to place it in under the muzzle flashes and get rid of that first frame because it has like all the sparks in it and whatever. Okay, now what we're going to do is change its blending mode to screen, which will get rid of the black, and then hit S for scale, and then scale it down to about the size of the muzzle flash. So like right there. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go to fast blur, and we're gonna blur this as well. So fast blur, we're gonna blur the smoke. Make it about, I don't know, like 8 or 9. Then we're gonna hit T for opacity, and we're gonna just bring the opacity down, maybe bring the scale down a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. That's pretty much it. There we go. We have our muzzle flash in slow motion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it took a little bit long, but thanks for pushing through with me. So thanks for watching, guys, and also subscribe to our main channel and our second channel as well. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a good summer. See you next time.